Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another episode of the Hello Guys podcast, the next to last episode of the holiday special that I am doing at the moment. Next one is going to be the New Year's, and if you're watching on YouTube, you might be wondering, why am I playing Trove again? Well, it's just a lot easier for me at the games that I'm playing right now, that I can, talk with you guys, which is the most important thing. But also it plays some kind of video game. But I promise you next week it's not going to be. And also just a heads up for the people that are on Spotify. Next week is going to be also much more visual. So it's going to be, I wouldn't call it a weird episode, but maybe a little weird for you guys, because I will be talking about things that are going to probably happen on the screen. So I suggest you guys come over to the YouTube and check out the episode as well, or just at least know what's going to... Well, of course I'm going to talk about it or explain it, kind of. But yes, I am going to do so. Next week I'm gonna play a game that is definitely not Trove and definitely not something I've been playing before, and you guys can guess what it is if you want to that in the comments in the YouTube if you want to do so. But yeah, you can also guess along, but I won't say anything before that. So in today's episode, I am going to talk a little bit about the upcoming episodes because but yesterday I wrapped another episode of, with another person. I'm not going to spoil who it is because I want it to be a surprise when you guys see it. But it is a female, and then you guys can go ahead and guess who that is. But it was an absolutely wonderful talk, and I was like completely high after the, not on drugs or but just high on a conversation that went like super well, and they all have gone very well, but it's just when they go well, it's more like I'm very nervous in the beginning. I'm very nervous for this, and I was pretty sure, but I think I actually said it in the episode, the mini series that I'm also doing. So yeah, that I probably already spoiled it if you see those as well, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. I guess that's so I can get you guys to watch all of it. But yeah, wrapped it, and it was amazing. And she is just awesome, wonderful, amazing person. And yeah, it's not that I did have any idea, but I haven't actually talked to the person before. It was a person that I have only spoken to like in game or knew off in game, and so it was a completely new experience to talk to this person, which was wonderful. Which was also one of the premises of this, to have an excuse to talk to these people. That's what it's all about. And hey, I could call them up and just say, hey, you want to talk for like an hour or something like that. And that might be weird to somebody, but when I say it in a podcast, hey, I can trick them into talking to me. No, but it is a good opportunity to also create some content and give you guys some content to listen and to watch and so on and so on. But yeah, I wrapped that yesterday. I was pretty surprised. I asked people in good time, and she was just like, yeah, sure, let's do it now. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, I'm down, let's go. And so that was very awesome, and it felt very natural and very great. And I'm very, very happy about the episode for sure. Like I am for all of them. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to, if somebody else is, that's already been on listening in and say, oh, okay, so my episode was not good enough. And no, that's not really. They're all super amazing. And as I say many times, is that the most valuable thing, even though let's say it was coincidentally being a bad episode, it might happen, but just that people take their time to spend an hour of their lives, and it might be like, oh, an hour is not a lot. No, it's not really, but you could have spent that hour doing a million other things that I wouldn't say be better, because I feel like the podcast is pretty good. Like I'm pretty happy about it, right? But still, people could use their time differently, for sure. As I could as well. But yeah, it's just that if people using spending their time, it's just awesome to me. So I'm very happy about them coming on and taking their time and stuff like that. And I know it doesn't demand much of them, so you don't have to be like super awesome or anything like that at talking or having a conversation. It's just talking. I know that might be scary to some people, but it's not really that, because I don't expect anything from people. I don't say, hey, oh yeah, you have to be witty, or you have to be insightful or anything like that. So, and of course, some people are just better than stuff than other people are. That's like there's many people that are a lot better at things that I also kind of wanted to be better at, but I'm just not, and that's cool. That's how everybody is, and of course, mostly important is that people want to come on. That's what means the most to me. Like it might not happen, that we are going to eventually end up talking because of scheduling issues and stuff like that. And speaking of those, I can reveal to you guys the person that was supposed to also be talking to me was Xenocyte Genius. And if you don't know who he is, it's a friend of mine from Path of Exile, and I can tell you guys a great story, and I'll do that just in a minute, but I'll explain why he couldn't come on. And it's just because he's so busy right now. He has started. He couldn't tell me what it was, but I'm pretty sure because he was under NDA, so I'm pretty sure he's like working for some kind of gaming company, or something like that. And he doesn't have time the next year. Not year, but half year. Half a year he doesn't have time to dedicate anything to that at all. So other than that, what he's doing. So he quit his university studies to do this. So it must be pretty important to do this. So I understand that he doesn't want to come on like this podcast for just even an hour. So I totally understand. But he's a good friend of mine, and I know him from Path of Exile, like I said. So the story about kind of the whole thing about me and Zeno, or Ian, as his name is that I started playing Diablo 3. When it first came out, I started playing Diablo 3. I was very hyped for it. I played a lot of Diablo 2. So I was like, oh yeah, Diablo 3, let's go. Let's do this. And I found one guy that was playing a lot. He was called Nugian. And he's actually also Danish. And I was like, okay, he's a pretty cool guy and stuff like that. And I started watching him a lot because he was playing, Diablo 3 as I was playing right at the moment. And then, Diablo 3 wasn't what Diablo 3 is now, of course, not with the Reaper of Souls and stuff like that all came in later. But he quit pretty quickly compared to, maybe other people. People are still playing Diablo 3, right? So, but yeah, he quit the game, and he went back, actually, which I didn't know. He went back to a game called Path of Exile, and I was like, okay, this looks pretty cool, and it's free to play, and like, okay, I'm gonna try it out. And then I started playing Path of Exile, and I loved playing it. It was so good. Like, I'm not saying it's bad now, Path of Exile per se. It's just there's so much stuff to do, and I guess that's also great. But for me, keeping it simple is I like it more, keeping games simple and very linear, and I can do the same thing over and over again. As I'm doing in Trove, I like the grinding. I like the simplicity of how simple Trove is, and yes, I do play other games as well. We actually talked about this with the person that I was there, and I actually didn't say that that Trove is also one of my favorite games. But like I say, it's one of my favorite. It's not my favorite game, but it's one of my favorite. I have a bunch of other games that I also loved to play, but I wouldn't be without Trove. And I like to just, sometimes yesterday also as well, actually before I did the whole podcast, I was like, hey, I'm gonna, just grind a little bit in Trove. And I did. I was just casually grinding. It wasn't like towards any goal or anything like that. It was just, relaxing. Shooting some b-ball outside of school, but it was just that. It was just all that, and then nothing else besides that. So I do enjoy just doing that in Trove because it's so simple, and you still get something out of it. You should try, like, farming is always something that's great and wonderful, and yeah, I just like it. That's just how I relax. That's how I like to relax with the game. So I was playing Path of Exile and just love it, and I played it a lot, and I also streamed it a lot back in the day, before I started streaming Trove and such. It was a wonderful time, and I got to learn about a few people, and got into the community and here and there, and people, after a while, people get to know who you are, and I subscribe to a few people that I'm one of them I still subscribe to, actually two of them, because I'm still also subscribed to Nugian for that long. But yeah, basically just kept in the community, and still am part of the community. But then there was this guy called Ian, and I also love to watch his streams and stuff like that. And he was a really cool guy, and maybe I should have started way back. I don't know. I'll explain it now. I don't know if it makes sense now. I think it still makes sense, but I always had a dream to go to America. Like I've always said, hey, I'm gonna, go to America, see everything there is, take a road trip from one end to the other, and just like see it all, because everything is just awesome, fantastic, amazing, and stuff like that. Because I'm just in love with America. You're right. When you're younger, you don't know everything, and yeah, America was, when I was dreaming of America, it wasn't what it is now. So I'm just gonna keep that in mind, right? Anyways. I would love to go to there, and that was kind of my dream, and it's been always that just like get a job so I could make enough money to go there and visit like forever and stuff like that, maybe with some friends or something like that, right? So I started having a job, and working, and I did other things as well. It wasn't like my goal of my life, and I didn't think about anything, or I didn't sleep, eat, or drink, or anything like that, because of the quest to go to America. No, it wasn't like that at all. But then I had a colleague who said, "Oh yeah, I've been to America tons of times. He's been there 14 times. I don't know if he's been there. Of course, he hasn't been there since like Corona and stuff. But he at the time he had been there 14 times, and for small trips. And I was like, why don't I do that? Why do I take all of it at the same time? Oh no, there was an error again. That was also what happened actually and I forgot to tell people that there suddenly is a black screen, but of course you guys can't see it if you're just listening in, but it did crash also as well. And now I have to log in again. Great. That is the hassle of doing this in unedited mode, but there we go. Now it's going to open twice. Thank you, Trove. Going to close down one. Retry. Here we go. Okay, so now it should be, yeah, there we go. There's another screen. Anyways, that was a sidetrack, but I suddenly crashed, so yes. All right, we back. Okay, so what I wanted to say was that I was thinking, why don't I do the same for like going there? I could just divide it into more trips, then I have to do one, and I don't have to because I was actually looking into doing like what's it called, like sabbatical from my work, like say, hey, can I take a sabbatical? And you can't in my line of work, at least. I don't know if you can. I don't think you can in other professions either, but it's just like you cannot take like a sabbatical and keep your job in the same way. And yeah, it's just, you can do it for education, but I wasn't doing education. It was just vacation, and it was just a big hassle. And I was just like, nah, okay. But then he said the thing where you could, go there multiple times. So I thought about that, and I was like, okay, I can go there, but what do I do? Like, where do I go? Like, it's just not gonna be like some random place where it's like, hey, I'm random, and just go walk around, like. But then I thought, hey, I could get to visit this Ian guy, because he seems pretty cool, and he had people that had come over from other places of the country. Some of them, actually, two of them to live with him, and one of them more people to just come visit and stuff like that. And I said, oh yeah, cool. I'll do that. And then I was like, okay, Ian, I have something I want to ask you. Can I ask you like in private and stuff like that? And he said, yeah, let's just talk after stream, and that was it. And I talked to him and I said, yeah, I want to come, and I kind of want to come visit you if I can. Like, you know, is that all right with you? And then he was like, all right, let's talk on Skype. And we hadn't talked to each other face to face, right? We haven't talked to each other face to face. We've just, you know, I've chatted in his chat and watched him, you know, and you know, whatever you do in Twitch chatting, right? And that was it. So we didn't really spoke into each other before. So we did that, and like after 5 minutes, he said, "Yeah, sure. You seem like a solid dude. Let's just, you know, just you come over and you can hang out and stuff like that." And that was cool. And so I did. And this is really atypical. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's not typical of me to do a thing like that where it's like do something on my own. Like I've never really done that. Mostly because, you know, you're used to going with your parents or something like that, right? You're used to going with your parents, and not that we went on a lot of trips, but usually you're with your parents, or then you go with friends or something like that. Like I hear about people, for example, going alone to the movies and stuff like that. I just can't see myself doing that. It's not, I don't know, I just never done it, but I think it's something I have to do because I love going to the movies, and why not just go alone, you know? And well, right now it's all closed, but you know, when everything opens up again, I should maybe force myself to do at least that, right? Not be forced to like, I want to go see a movie, and there's like nobody wants to go, and it's like, yeah, then I can't see the movie, right? And I should just go by myself, and I think that's gonna be fine. It's just, it's kind of weird in a way. I don't know why, but again, also very atypical of me to go, yikes, going to going to a foreign country by myself to a person I didn't know and stuff like that. And of course, I knew that he wasn't like. Of course, my mom was like, you know, scared, but she's scared like of if I even like breathe. You know, that's how moms are, right? And she was, you know. And I have a funny story I can tell after that as well, because it has some funness to it and some similarities. But anyways, let's just keep focused on one story at a time. But anyways, my mom was like that, and I said, yeah, but I'm gonna go, and she said, yeah, let's go, and I went, and you know, I had to. I remember it being a Tuesday, so this is also a story I've told a bunch of times because it's a funny story, right? And keep in mind, I haven't traveled a lot. Like I said, we didn't take much trips as a family, at least not out of the country in planes and stuff like that. I've gone on smaller trips to, like, you know, party places all around the world, like, you know, Golden Sands and Sunny Beach and stuff like that, with friends as well, you know. So this will also, like I said, be my first solo trip. So, of course, I'm nervous and, you know, all things, but, you know, things has gone as things are, and you promised, and then now you're going. Right, so I'm going, and it's a Tuesday, and, you know, I wake up around 10 a.m. or something like that, and I start packing, all right? And I have an arrangement with my friend that he should come pick me up 2 a.m. in the night, because the plane was leaving for Amsterdam at 6 a.m., right? So that's all cool, you know, that's just how it is, you know. So we drove from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. to the airport. And he said that was 2 hours before, and everything went well. I go through the customs and stuff like that, and everything is great and stuff like that. And then I sit on the plane to Amsterdam, and I had a 3-hour layover in Amsterdam. So that's cool. You know, I had an iPad with me. It was actually a Samsung thingy, so it isn't really an iPad, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think it matters too much, but it was not a new one, at least. And this is, we were talking about this being, this is 6 or 7 years ago or something like that by now. It's been a long time now, also with, you know, extra time since Corona and stuff like that. But my point is, continuing the story is that I get to Amsterdam, and I'm sitting there waiting, and if there's any gentle souls out there, I'm gonna use a little bit of a rough language. Not in a sense, but I am gonna use the word poop. Ooh, I know, scary. Anyways, but you know, I was sitting there watching a movie, and then I felt like, oh, okay, I can see the time; it's almost there, and I have to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna go down and make a little poop, and so I don't have to do it in the plane. Hey, very considerate of you who don't do it on a plane, so everybody can smell your stinkiness. And that's cool. And I'm going down, I'm sitting there, and I'm just sitting. And then they all have they call all names all the time, right? Like, this, and you can never hear who it is. But then they say, at the end, they say, my last name. I was like, okay, they say my last name. That was kind of funny. Okay, I'm just gonna finish up. It's almost done anyway. So, but I'm gonna finish up, and then I'm gonna go up, ask them, like, if they say, "How are you looking for me?" And they said, "No, that's not you. You're not that guy, are you?" No, like that. You do. And it's better to check to be there. So I go in and I check. I just go in, so up to the place where all the people are sitting. The thing, and I say, "Are you looking for me?" And I say my name, and say, "Yeah, we just need your passport to check it again." And I was like, "Okay, sure, go ahead." It was like, I had no idea. And this is all in Holland, right, or the Netherlands. So they're speaking Dutch, and I was like, I don't speak Dutch at all, but I can see their body language, like it's like they're just shaking their heads and stuff like that. I was like, okay, what's going on here? This is being a little bit worrisome. And they kept doing it, and suddenly they say, "Oh, sir, I think there's something wrong with your ESTA." And ESTA is your flight path. It's like your what's it called, traveling visa. The traveling visa. And it's like, okay, if you make one now, we can get you on the plane. Okay, so I pull out my iPad. I didn't have a laptop back then. I have one now, so I can use that if there was any problem. But so I'm hurrying to making this ESTA again, and it costs $14. I don't know if it's increased with the prices, but it was $14 back then. And I'm typing all my information. There's a lot of information. You need your passport number and all sorts of stuff. And I just typing in on this iPad or Samsung, whatever thing it is, and that's not easy because it's not like a PC where you can just like have all the keyboards there, right? So I'm typing as fast as I can and typing in, and as soon as I pay for it, they say, "Oh, sir, you can't go on the plane." Oh, okay, but I say I've just paid for it, and they said, "No, you can't go. You can't come on the plane." I was like, "But what do I do then?" Like I don't know what to do from here. "Oh, don't worry. There's gonna be a lady, and she's gonna help you move on." Okay, I'm just like, okay. At this point, I'm not even like panicking or anything like that because I'm just like, okay, like everything is just happening so fast. So I am standing there, and there's a lady that comes up to me, and she's very nice and speaks, of course, English because most of the people do, right? But yeah, she says hi, and like you can follow me, and then we wanted into transit. There's a huge line at transit. This is a huge line, and she says, we just walk in front of everybody. Everybody we walk in front of, and I'm just like following her, like, okay, she's she's official, I'm just following her, and we are following her all the way up to the desk, and there's like one guy in front of me, and I said, and we're standing there, me and her, we're standing there, and when I get up there, she explains the situation and stuff like that, and then she says, okay, so then she says there's no more direct flights to Dallas, which I'm going to. There's no more direct flights, and I was like, okay. But there's one that, and then there's like a layover for an hour. You can go there. You go to Chicago, and then there's a layover, and you go further. So, Detroit. Sorry, it was Detroit. It doesn't matter. It was Detroit or it was Chicago. I can't remember, but it doesn't really matter. Because I don't feel like I've been to that city because I was only in the airport. But what happened was that I went then, I waited for my plane. It took off a little bit longer. And I just went through everything I had to do again and stuff like that. And I was just like, oh yeah, I just want to, be there and stuff like that. And I called actually my mom. I was like, this happened and this happened and now I'm doing this, and she's like, um, that's not okay. Are you sure you want to keep going and stuff like that? And so yeah, I can keep going, but I just wanted to let you know, and I just needed somebody to talk to. And she said, okay, oh, cool. And I was actually being pretty cool about it. Like I could have been a lot. I could feel like I was I was tearing up, or like I was maybe close to crying, because it was just very overwhelming. And keep in mind that I hadn't slept yet, and now like it was noon. It was like noon the day, like on the Wednesday, right? So I've been up for an hour, a day and a half or something like that. I've been awake, right? So it's just a little bit on the side of being a little bit skeptical, if you know what I mean. Like, I've been awake for quite some time, and it then becomes time for me to go on the plane. So I go on the plane, and everything is cool, everything is great. I'm just sitting on the plane there. I'm just like, but I can't sleep, of course, because I'm thinking what's gonna happen? What can I do? Like, and I only have one boarding pass. I've only had like one boarding pass. I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? Like, I have only one boarding pass. What's gonna happen when I come there? What am my luggage and stuff like that? And I go there, and I just follow everybody. I'm just like, I'm totally lost. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm just following. And then I come out to like a big place, and I see like a like information stand, and I say, "Oh hi, can you tell me where?" I knew what the company was called, so I just said, "Can you tell me where those are?" Because I was pretty sure that person wouldn't know what to help me with. So I was just like, I know there's all sorts of stand or specific specific company places where you can go and maybe get some help, right? So I just went in there, and I said, hey, where is this place? And they said, it's down there. And there's only an hour to my plane leaves. So but I don't even think about that. I just think about getting a boarding pass, because I know that I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get past security if I have no boarding pass or anything like that. So I just go in there, and I just go up to him and say, yeah, this is this, and I showed him all the papers, and I just basically just say, this is what happened, and this is what I do now. Can I get a boarding pass for the next plane? And they talk on the phone. She goes on the phone, and she talks for like 30 minutes. So that's pretty lucky that there's no other people there, because there were, I would have been probably not made it, because the time and such. So there was no people there. So she was pretty nice, and she said, yeah, sure. And she called around, and it ended up being that I got another boarding pass. And I'm just like, this is a small commercial plane and stuff like that. I get on the plane, and I'm just, I haven't slept as yet. I haven't slept. I don't know what time it is, but I have at least been up for 2 days or something like that, and I can't sleep. I have a very hard time sleeping on planes, like as it is, but also with all the stuff I had to think about and whatnot. It was just a nightmare to do that. But the point is, I came in with the plane, and then it was like 8 in the evening, and keep in mind that it also goes back in time, and I have no idea. But Ian then comes pick me up. I have no idea where I am, so I just call him. I actually called my mom as well and said I made it all the way there, and he's like, I don't know what time it was for her, but I just called her and I said, yeah, I'm here now, so now I just have to find Ian, and it's like that. I don't know what's going on, and it's, he drove around, and I think I'm pretty sure he asked me where I was at, and I think I said some stuff, and he actually found me because I was just standing there. And funny enough, he found me, even though I don't know if he knows exactly what I look like, but maybe he can remember me from our video chats, and maybe he's seen some of my streams back then or stuff like that. But he said, oh, maybe he just asked. Maybe he just he asked. I think he maybe asked me, and I just jumped in the car, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm here. I'm just happy to be there." And there was no awkwardness. like meeting a person for the first time, right? Because I was just so happy coming in, and there was like no awkwardness at all, and I was so tired. I slept so insanely when I came home to them, and I just kept sleeping, and it was just amazing. And I had a really great trip. The only thing that was an issue, which I then corrected the time after, was that I had nobody really to share it with when I came home, because nobody, like people, I told people about my stories and the story there, for example, as well, but people couldn't really put themselves in that position, how crazy it was. So people were like, "Oh yeah, that's crazy" and stuff like that. But I can't, you can't really put yourself in that place really, as anyway. But so that was kind of annoying. That I hadn't had nobody to share it with. So I corrected that the time after that. I took a trip with my friend that actually drove me to the airport, the one I talked about before. We went both of us, and it was a better, I wouldn't say a much better trip. It was a better trip because I had somebody to talk to afterwards when we came home and stuff like that. But yeah, there was a story when I when I got there, and the story I'm talking about, or the side story that I was mentioning about with my mom, is that the trip I took in 2018 with two other guys, two of my other friends, when we went to TwitchCon and to BlizzCon. She was also worried for she was worried for her son, and I was, was like, yeah, my mom is not worried anymore, because like how everything went that time. It's like, yeah, she knows I can, not only handle myself, but also know that everything's gonna work out, right? So yeah, that was my trip to the America as well, and I really hope that we can go this year as well. I hope the trip that I got planned is or hopefully got planned, is to go to New York. I want to go to New York. I want to try to go to New York, and then I want to go to what's it called? I want to go to Los Angeles, and I want to go to Las Vegas. But Las Vegas, Los Angeles, like that, maybe, or maybe just Las Vegas. But Las Vegas is not something you go for a long time, like 2 or 3 days, and I want to be gone for like 2 weeks or something like that. So I'll still do the podcast if we got running at that point. Like we're talking about in the fall. We're talking like October or something like that. That's usually where I go, at the time I go, and that's also the time that is like TwitchCon and stuff like that. If that's gonna happen this year and stuff like that, hopefully, with all the vaccines and stuff like that going on. But yeah, I hope so. It's gonna be like that. So. Yeah, I can't answer that guy right now. There's somebody that whispered me in game. People ask me how to level up faster. Hey, it's not like I made a video about it, But check it out. I don't know if you've seen it. It's pretty good. Actually, pretty good. I'm working on dragon videos at the moment. I want to make a video for every dragon, and I'm gonna do it in a different way, where I'm not gonna put all the dragons in the same video, because if I put them all in the same video, when there's new videos added, no, when there's new dragons added, they will do that over time, and I will add them. It will not, like, it will be all the dragons in one video, and then a few in another video, which would be kind of weird. So I would rather do like 5 to 6 dragons, but like from 3 dragons to about 5-6 dragons in the same video, right? If it makes sense, like dragons that are very similar to each other, and I'll of course explain all of them individually, of course, but some of them will be together and not only 3. Like that would not make sense if I would take some dragons that are very similar to each other and then put them together. I've started to gather them together in the way I wanted to, but I'm gonna really work on it for next week. When I have more time off, I will make those videos and record every thing I have to do as well, and then edit them together and stuff like that, and then do that. So I'll make like a whole playlist where I have every single dragon explained, and then also if there's changes to a dragon, I can then you know, make a new one or put that in, because I always do that. If you didn't know, if you haven't, well, if you have seen some of my videos, yeah, I'll always keep them up to date. So if there's new videos, it's because nothing happened. I'm not gonna make a new video if there's nothing happened. I think I talked about this in the last episode as well, but yeah, definitely. But that's at least my plan, just gonna make those videos as well. And then again, like I said, when new dragons comes out, I just add it to the playlist, put them together, like the 3 new dragons we got, for example, put them together in a video, even though they might, well, one of them is a little bit off, the other 2 is in Adele, right? So for Trove, so yeah, I'll keep them updated and yeah, make some video. I feel like 2021 is gonna be, at least for content in the start of my channel, it's gonna be pretty good. I feel like with the episode there, and also another woman have also said yes to come on the podcast. We haven't set a time or date yet, but I am assuming that we're gonna find a one soon as well. So yeah, but that's also gonna be a super interesting episode as well, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I got plenty more people to, or I got at least some people I can ask. It's not gonna be guaranteed that they come on, but yeah, I'm confident that we got content coming. You know, it's always you never know when the next when the next content thing is gonna happen, and when you find a game that you really enjoy playing and want to create some gameplay for or content in many ways. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that, at least. So hope you are as well. So yeah, this is the, like I said, the episode, and there was a long explanation, or not a long talk about what happened in what happened in the last not last time I was, but when I took my trip by myself. But since then I brought people, and the what's it called, the trip in the fall that I hope that we can go on is gonna be also with one of my friends that is gonna be there as well, and we hope that other people will join in. We'll see, but you know, there's not always people have the time or the energy to go on such a trip, and yeah, it might also become a little bit more of an expensive one instead of the other ones have been less expensive. Not that super less expensive, but it's gonna be a little bit more expensive because if we're gonna travel to 3 places in the US. I haven't talked to my friend about it yet, so I don't even know if we're going to do it. But my point being is that I hope to be that, because I think it's gonna be awesome to be traveling like so places, but it's just gonna be more expensive, and it's just yeah, and we're not like the people that go and see a bunch of stuff, you know. Like, we will see some stuff, but it's not like we can, I don't know, some people can like spend the whole day just at like the Golden Gate Bridge in like San Francisco or something like that. Like, I understand, but man, I can't, I need to, oh, I see a bridge, yeah, cool, it's a Golden Gate Bridge, it's pretty awesome, I am happy I saw it, but it's the same as it is in the pictures, right? Like, it's still something different because you see it in real life, but to be honest, it's in the same as in the pictures. So it's not like something I haven't seen before, you know. So yeah, that was cool though to see that. We did see that when we were in America the last time, but it has actually been like 2 years. So it's actually be like 3 years or something like that when we hit. If we go this fall, it's gonna be 3 years since I've been there last time, and it's kind of sad it hasn't been more than that, you know, because I love to travel. I've found out I really love to travel, so yeah, I definitely enjoy doing that, at least. And I figured out that is what I need to do. So yeah, that's just all about that, I guess. that is what I had all about the what I had planned to talk about on this episode. You know, I don't feel like we were really done with this episode yet. But that was what I was like. Yeah, I'm definitely going to talk about my trip to there and Ian and stuff like that, because that is pretty cool story, and I really enjoy telling that story as well. Because it also was a crazy. I wouldn't say crazy time like that in my life, but it was pretty crazy that I took the trip by myself, and I didn't even like think about it. I didn't like say, "Oh, no, I can't do that because it's too scary," and stuff like that. So I'm pretty proud of myself to do that. So that's why I like to tell the story that, you know what, even though it all went wrong, I managed to do it. And sometimes I just have to tell myself to do that. You know, I don't know if anybody else has it like that, but I definitely have it like where it's sometimes easier just to say, "Oh, I can't do this, and I need somebody's like help in a way, or I need somebody to be with me." So we are like the thing is that I have it like where I'm afraid that I will be blinded by my own like, yeah, I think this is the real way, and then maybe it's because I really don't trust like my judgment in that sense, or if it comes down to like a plane, because it's not like, hey, if you get on a plane, and also because of being on a plane is pretty scary in a way where it's, or not being on the plane per se, but getting on a plane, you like, I feel like there is so many rules and places you're not allowed to go into, and they are really like, if you go into them, it just feels like they get really mad at you, because like you're not trying to go there on purpose, but it just happens to unfortunately go there, and that just like, I don't want anybody to be mad at me because I, you know, made a mistake, if you can say, know what I mean. Like I'm not trying to be there on purpose, but you know, they get really mad, and of course they also have to be careful that people just don't wander in there, and they maybe met a lot of people that just go in there that shouldn't be there probably, and yeah, but you know, I you know, I try to, but that's how I feel like it's why it's pretty scary for me to do that. But after that, I got pretty much a lot of confidence in that area going into, so it's just about trying it. But so I'm happy I did it. I'm very happy. I'm just sad it kind of went like the way it did, but they made a good story instead of me. Yeah, I've been to America 3 times. That was fun. You know, we went there, we went back, and that was it. You know, and that's not a really cool, fun story, at least. So I'm happy it turned out the way it did. Wasn't really too happy when it happened. Pretty happy that I got a cool story out of it. The other ones, the other trips were more fun because I got to share with people, but nothing funny like that happened, unfortunately, or fortunate that nothing like that happened. So yeah, I'm just happy that you know, it happened to me in a way, so I could kind of experience that everything is gonna be all right. So yeah, I am happy about that. I think I said happy 6 times or something like that. Yeah. Who's counting? You guys? Okay, sorry. But yeah, I'm playing Trove. I actually got to playing Trove the whole last week as well. We streamed. I streamed Friday this week here, trying to get the new dragons and stuff. Something that's kind of funny, and I know that's, hey, if you know, I was about to say Gamigo, but yeah, Gamigo, hey, you guys are listening in. I know you guys are listening in, so hi, how you doing? Great to meet you. I said on stream that I was interested actually in buying a credit pouch, a credit, what's it called? What are they called again? They're called those thingies. What are they called? I can't remember them now. Anyways, the credit packs, that's what it is. Yeah, credit packs where you get credits and stuff like that. And I said that so I could buy a golden dragon effigies, which, you know, because these dragons are pretty annoying to get. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty annoyed to get these. And I have gotten one of them, which is pretty easy, which was nice. But the other ones are in the delve, and it's just, Yeah, they're not that fun to get. So I was thinking about getting a golden dragon effigy because I'm only missing, well, 3 dragons now, but I was only missing 1 dragon, the Starfire one that I tried to get. I'm pretty still sad that I got the other one, the Dino one, because if I was right now, I could farm the Dino one because I'd rather farm the Dino one now and I want to farm the other ones. But I was looking into buying the credit and then getting some golden dragon effigies, right? So I could get these friggin' dragons, and so I can be like, yeah, because I love dragons and I love what they bring, and it's a good way to increase your mastery and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just I do also do like to farm them, but not when they're like in content that I really am bored of. It's not that it's bad; it's just I'm bored of it. I have everything I need from there and stuff. So if they have just introduced them a little bit before, maybe, or if I had taken a break and I would come back, I could just farm them with it. So that would be cool. Anyways, so I was talking about this on stream Friday and getting the credit pouches and stuff like that, and why it gets creepy. And I think they're listening in. Not maybe on the stream, maybe not so much on the podcast, but mostly on the stream, is that now today they've announced that if you buy a credit pouch or credit pack or credits for at least half 50 euros or $50, either the 51 or the 100 one. I'm pretty sure it just says at least, right? Let me see what they said. They said by purchasing a credit pack with a minimum value of 50, yes, you receive a golden dragon effigy as a gift. So it's not buying something in the store, it's just getting yourself credits. And I've already got the 51. I bought that a while ago because I wanted to get it, and I hadn't bought it before, so you get 20% extra the first time you buy it. It also works if you bought it already. It's just that you get those 20% extra the first time you buy it. And I hadn't bought it before. I have not bought. I was thinking about buying the. I was thinking about buying the 100 one, the $100 or €100 one, because I was just like, yeah, why not, right? And but then I decided to say I'm only gonna get the 51. I'm not sure now what I remember what I spend it on now, but probably something useless, right? Maybe, I don't know. But I at least bought the 51. So so that's what I mean. Like I talked about, they've never done this before. Or maybe they have, but I definitely don't remember them ever doing something like that. There is a hidden thing in packs. So if you buy a pack, if you didn't know, if you buy a pack in Trove, any pack you buy in Trove, if you buy one of those, you get the refer a friend dragon as well in there as well. You get that one for free when you buy a pack. If you don't know, if you already have it, nothing happens, but you can get it from that way. It's because that some places refer a friend is not allowed and stuff like that, I think. But I don't know if it's that, but I know at least it's because of, that's the way. But it doesn't say anywhere when you buy a pack that you get that dragon with it as well. But you can of course get it for free if you wanted to get it for free, because you can get it in the the pack, right? So I have to change something into something different. Let's go with the Tomb Raiser. Sorry, to change character. So yeah, that's pretty funny that they introduce it when as soon as I say, hey, I think I might want to buy, credit so I can get those things. I haven't done it, and I'm still I'm very much not against it per se, but I don't really want to spend that money for getting those dragons because I can get them for free, and I have heard that they're not too hard to come by. But I farmed it for a long time, and I didn't really get anywhere with it. So yeah, And it's I don't know. I just been thinking about it, and it was just kind of funny that it happened to be be in the same time, or putting in specifically a golden dragon effigy into buying these. So I might be entitled to buy the $100 credits, but I really don't know what to buy with all of it. But if I hadn't bought the 51, I would probably buy the 51. I would be more entitled to buy the 51, and I could also, I could just buy the 51 again, and I'll get a golden dragon effigy. But the thing is that I won't get the extra 20%. Not that I'm saying that it's good to buy a more expensive pack, but there's just it's just I want to get that 20 extra percent, because I'm not going to get that with the other ones, and that's basically just free things and free credits, right? And yeah, and it only works. Maybe it also works for the. Now that I think about it, it might also work for the. Oh yeah, it probably also works for the credit pouches, because there's one that's 50 and there's one that's 100, but you don't get extra for that. It's only for the credits to yourself that you get extra for the 20 extra percent, which is kind of weird. I would say that you could, first time you buy a credit pouches would also be you getting extra. I don't know. Maybe that could have been something you should think about, but yeah, it's just weird. All about the when you think the government is listening in on what you're saying, and suddenly after the weekend after, somebody's like, "Hey, did you say buying something?" No, I'm not sure I did. Oh, but wasn't it golden dragon effigies you were looking for? And yeah, maybe it was. Okay. Hey, let's put them in here. Then you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, it's also a lot of credits, and I don't know what I should use all those credits for. But yeah, it's always fun to do so, and I don't spend a lot of money on Trove or on other video games. Especially, I love the free-to-play games, so I really haven't spent a lot of money on video games. Of course, if you don't take in consideration World of Warcraft, which you have to pay every month to play, and I've paid a lot of months. There's also a lot of times I haven't actually paid for it because I hadn't played the game, so I canceled the subscription and stuff like that. But yeah, it truly isn't a lot of money I've spent on video games. Like, when people buy like AAA titles for $60 or something like that, right? I know you also get a whole game out of that, but most of the time I just don't find those games interesting. I like the free to play method, because if I play a game, right, and I spend an hour on it, that's fine. I got entertained for an hour, and I'm just gonna leave it there, right? But if I play like let's say I play Cyberpunk, right? Let's say I play Cyberpunk. People probably want me to see. Maybe they want to see me play Cyberpunk. The thing is, that's a AAA title. That's maybe like $60 or something like that, right? 60 euros or whatever it is. And what if I only play an hour of that game, I lost the 60. Well, I can always keep playing it, but I've basically lost that money. I've lost that money, and you can say, well, the same thing with Trove, but I'm probably gonna play Trove a lot more than I know I'm gonna play a lot more Trove than I'm gonna play maybe a AAA title, because, and then I also kind of feel, what would you say, obligated to play it a lot more, because I want to get value out of my money, right? I want to get value out of the money I spend. And so I kind of feel like I have to play the game, and if I don't, I've lost money. And Trove, yes, maybe I will, maybe I'll quit Trove tomorrow or something like that, right? Put that in the title, right? No, but if I was to quit Trove, I wouldn't feel bad. I wouldn't have felt like I lost my money, because I put so many hours into Trove, playing the game for free, that it wouldn't be a big deal. Like I've playing Trove for 5 or 6 years now, a lot of hours. If I do a /played, I haven't actually that much. I only have 117 days, which is not a lot for all the time that I have spent. But it's also because some days I only log on and like not maybe sometimes I don't even do my star bar. Some days I just log on, I get the credits for our club, and I see if there's anybody that's if there's anybody on that wants to be my friend in game or needs to be invited to the club or anything like that. So yeah, that's sometimes only what I do. So just to keep my streak going in Trove, and I'm actually going to want to see what I'm on now. Total days, I'm 2 days away from total 2,000 total days logged in. But in my streak is on 1,683. So I want to keep that streak going because it's just fun to have this streak and keep it going. So even only having 117 days in game, I've spent a lot of time also creating content and stuff like that as well. And it's not always a lot of time, so it's not a lot of time. But I wish I could, show you guys that more. But I don't think that 117 days or over 6 years even it's any issues, if that makes any sense, to spend $100 because all the hours I've gotten out of it, and I will get out of it because I know I'm gonna continue playing Trove more or less all the time, and so I know I'm gonna get value out of that. I don't know if I'm gonna get value out of playing Cyberpunk. Maybe Cyberpunk will be my favorite game of all time. Who knows? But I'm just too of a chicken, if you say. Like I don't take that risk. Maybe it's something to do with what we talked about in the what's it called, in like the traveling thing and stuff like that. But I definitely am a chicken around buying a AAA game because I have heard about people getting burned on these games, and I just don't trust these games anymore. I don't trust video games anymore because of there being people behind it and the money that doesn't care about being a good game or not. They just care about the name, and they just want to have people buy it because of the name, and then they really don't care if it ends up being good or bad or anything like that. They just want to get their money and then get out and then say, oh, I made a bunch of money today, and like, oh, but your game sucked, but I don't care, you bought it, you suck. And like, there has not been a game that has if there's a game out there that will, and we're talking AAA games here, if there's a game out there of like a big game like Cyberpunk or something like that doesn't disappoint at all, in any ways or form or whatever, yes, I will pay for that. And of course, if all my friends play a game, I tend to also, of course, I play World of Warcraft as well, retail and classic. And it's, of course, I'm going to play what my friends play, and if they play a AAA game, then I am probably also going to buy it, but then I'm going to be it for with my friends, right? It's not about the game itself, but I'm going to be it for the games, the games. So yeah, just a little bit of a explanation why I think it's all right in a way. Also, maybe you're thinking about it and you think, oh, I don't know if it's all right and stuff like that. But just think about how much time you spend it or how much time you think you will spend in the game. Then it's right. And that's why I love the free-to-play, because I spend a lot more money on Trove. If you don't take into account World of Warcraft, because I haven't bought anything in World of Warcraft ever. Only game time every month, of course. But so I haven't, and the expansions that have been there, of course, those of course, I couldn't play the game without it. But I haven't bought anything that extends that thing, basically. And I have done that in Trove. I bought quite a lot of things in that, and also actually in Path of Exile. Probably Trove is my most paid game so far. I paid, and I think it's also my, it is my second most played game. And I said second most because Path of Exile, World of Warcraft, I have the most playtime in because of, it being 15 years old, and I've been playing it on and off all the time. So I have more time in that game overall because of 15 years. And also, of course, it's a lot different game than the other one is. And I never had any friends that play Trove. None of my friends has ever played Trove. Maybe a little bit, some of them. I don't know, they haven't. But there was a friend of mine that introduced me to Trove back in the day, and we played a little bit together. But it was, I didn't quit because of him, but because it was a lot more difficult, and there's different reason. And I think League of Legends came out at that moment, and then all my friends played that. And of course, I think everybody is. I don't think that's a me thing. Where if your friends play something, you're gonna play it as well, And I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. I think it's amazing to play with your friends, and I think you should do that. But I got Trove more for myself. I don't really think they want to. They don't really want to play Trove, even though it's free to play. But I really love the free to play method because of it being first free to play, but if I don't want to spend money, I don't have to spend money. And I don't have to spend money now. I can just get these dragons if I want to, right? I can just get these dragons the right way instead. But I got the money. And, why not, right? It's like... And also, you can get... I feel like Trove has also supported or... has generated income for me as well. Not a lot, but a little bit, everything counts. Little bit has Trove also, and it's actually I'm not underselling it. It is actually a little bit, but it's not. I haven't gotten rich on making YouTube videos or streaming on YouTube, but a little bit I have made, and it's definitely haven't been for the money. I've done it. It's for the having fun and be like seeing people that enjoy the content and then also love to think that I do an okay job, which I feel like I do as well. But I think that does it for this episode. Here we are surpassed. I can see right now we are surpassed by a good margin our hour of content. Next week, as I said, there's going to be something different. So that's a New Year's special. It's also going to be called the Holiday Special Part 5, of course, but we are going to do it as a New Year's special. I'm also going to refer to that probably, but yeah, different game, different story, and you guys are going to see that next week. I got something different planned at least. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. That's gonna be it, and I hope you enjoyed your listen, half watching, whatever, however you do it. And I just want to thank you so much for listening to all of these podcasts or these episodes. I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, and I will just catch you in the next one. Bye.